You've been setting goals your whole life, and you're still not where you want to be. Not because you're lazy, not because you lack discipline, not because the goal was wrong, because you've been using the wrong tool entirely. Goals are a hack, a workaround, a consolation prize for people who haven't yet figured out the real lever. The real lever is identity, and once you understand the difference, you'll never set a goal the same way again. Here's the problem with goals. A goal lives in the future. I want to earn $500,000 a year. I want to lose 40 pounds. I want to build a business. All of that is happening out there, somewhere ahead of you, a destination you're trying to reach. And what does that mean about where you are right now? You're not there yet. That's the quiet message running in the background every single time you set a goal. Not there yet. Not enough yet. Not that yet. And your nervous system hears it. Your subconscious hears it. And it acts accordingly, keeping you in the energy of wanting rather than the energy of having. This is why 92% of people fail to achieve their New Year's resolutions. Not because they didn't want it badly enough, because wanting something is the precise feeling of not having it. And you can't get to a destination while broadcasting the signal of someone who hasn't arrived. Think about the last time you set a goal. Really think about it. What happened in the first week? Energy, momentum, you were moving. And then what? Somewhere around week 2 or 3, real life showed up. The motivation faded, the discipline cracked, and the goal, the thing you swore was different this time, quietly slipped back into the drawer with every other resolution you've made. That's not weakness. That's the design flaw. Goals are built on willpower, and willpower runs out every single time. There's a deeper problem too. Goals are transactional. You hit the goal, you feel good for a week, and then what? The goalpost moves. It always moves. Because the goal was never the real thing. It was just a proxy for something you thought the goal would make you feel. Worthy, enough, safe, powerful. And no external achievement, no number, no title, no milestone can give you that permanently. Only identity can. Here's the difference. A goal says, I want to be fit. Identity says, I am someone who takes care of their body. A goal says, I want to make more money. Identity says, I am a wealth creator. Money flows toward me because of how I think and what I build. A goal says, I want to be more confident. Identity says, I am calm, I am grounded. I walk into every room knowing exactly who I am. Feel the difference? The goal is a destination. The identity is who you are right now. And when you change who you are, your behavior changes automatically, without force, without discipline, without willpower. A fit person doesn't drag themselves to the gym. They just go. Because that's what fit people do. It's not a decision. It's an expression of identity. A wealthy person doesn't agonize over every financial decision. They think like a wealth creator by default. The lens is different. The instincts are different. Because the identity is different. And here's the thing, nobody tells you about identity-based living. The behaviors stop feeling like effort. They feel like integrity, like staying true to who you are. And that is a fundamentally different energy than grinding toward a goal you may or may not hit. Because here's what nobody tells you. Your brain is not trying to achieve your goals. It's trying to confirm your identity. Whatever you believe yourself to be, your brain will find evidence for it. Every day, relentlessly, without exception. Tell yourself you're bad with money. Your brain will find every way to confirm that. Miss a payment, make a bad investment, overspend. See? Proof. Story confirmed. Tell yourself you are a wealth creator. Your brain starts scanning for opportunity, for patterns, for moves. The same circumstances, an entirely different lens. This is not positive thinking. This is neuroscience. The reticular activating system in your brain literally filters your reality based on what you believe about yourself. Change the belief. You change what you see, what you notice, and what you act on. So how do you actually do this? You build what I call the Titan identity stack. 3 layers. Each one builds on the last. Layer 1, the core declaration. 1 sentence. Who you are at your most fundamental level. Not who you want to be. Not who you're working toward. Who you are claiming to be right now. This is the hardest part for most people, because it feels like lying. It's not. It's leading. You're not claiming to have already produced the results. You're claiming the identity from which the results naturally flow. Mine is this. I am the Titan, ancient, vast, unshakable. I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become. Write yours. Make it true in your bones, not just on paper. If it doesn't give you a slight physical reaction, a little electricity, a little discomfort, go deeper. Layer 2, domain identities. For each major area of your life, wealth, health, relationships, mind, spirit, you declare who you are in that domain, not a goal, an identity. I am someone who creates extraordinary value and is compensated accordingly. I am someone whose body is strong, capable, and energized. I am someone who shows up fully present in every relationship that matters. I am someone whose mind is sharp, clear, and in service of my mission. These are not affirmations you repeat hoping they'll come true. These are declarations you make because you've decided they're already true at the level of identity, and your actions will catch up. The key word is decided. Identity shifts happen at the moment of decision, not gradually, not after you've earned it. The moment you decide and mean it, the shift begins. Layer 3, the daily evidence log. Every day, write down 3 things you did that were consistent with your identity. 3 votes for the person you've declared yourself to be. Not, I went to the gym. I honored my identity as someone who takes care of their body. Not, I closed a deal. I acted as the wealth creator I am. Not, I didn't snap at my kids. I showed up as the calm, present parent I've declared myself to be. The language matters. The framing matters. You're not logging behavior. You're building a case for who you are. And every day you build that case, the identity gets more real, more solid, more automatic. This is how identity actually hardens into character. Let me make this real. Imagine 2 people wake up Monday morning, same alarm, same obligations, same life pressure. Person A thinks, what do I need to get done today? They make a list. They chase it. They get about 60% through it. They feel behind. They go to bed vaguely unsatisfied, already dreading tomorrow's list. Person B thinks, who am I today? They read their identity declarations. They ask, what would the person I've declared myself to be do first? They move from that place, not from urgency, from identity. The tasks are the same, but the energy is completely different, and so are the results. That's the shift. It sounds subtle. It is anything but. Most people ask, how do I get from where I am to where I want to be? The Titan asks, if I were already that person, how would I think, move, and decide right now? This is not fantasy. This is not manifesting by sitting on your couch visualizing a Ferrari. This is the hardest, most disciplined practice there is, because it requires you to act from a place of being rather than becoming. It requires you to stop waiting for external results to confirm your identity, and instead, let your identity drive the results. The world will respond. It always does, not because of some mystical law, because of who you actually become when you stop waiting for permission. The person who already is a leader. They speak differently in meetings. They make decisions differently. They carry themselves differently, and people respond to that. Opportunities respond to that. Rooms shift when that person walks in, because the room can feel that this person knows who they are. You do not attract what you want. You attract what you are. Here's your practice this week. 1 action, right now. Write your Titan identity stack. 3 declarations. 1 for your overall identity, the core. Who are you at your deepest level? One for how you relate to wealth or career. What does the highest version of you believe about that domain? One for your mind or body, whichever one is running on the most outdated story. Write them as if they're already true, because they are. You just haven't caught up yet. Then, every morning this week, before your phone, before your email, before anyone gets to define your day, read them out loud. Not to convince yourself, to remind yourself. And when you face a decision, any decision, ask one question before you make it. Is this what the person I've declared myself to be would do? If yes, do it without hesitation. If no, don't do it. Or do it consciously, knowing you're voting against yourself. That's it. That's the entire practice. Simple. Not easy, but simple. This is Conscious Titan. We're not here to give you a 10-step plan. We're here to hand you the operating system that makes the plans irrelevant. Because when you know who you are, clearly, deeply, unapologetically, the right actions become obvious. The right decisions become automatic. The right people find you. The right opportunities show up. And the life you've been chasing, it starts chasing you. The Titan doesn't pursue. The Titan is. Awaken the Titan within.